Oh, my neck. Oh dear. Ah. Jeez. I've fallen to bits. Anyway, welcome to the Ogre. The old Git reacts, reviews and off times reminisces. I just want my neck to click back into place. I'm seizing up. The older I get, the more it happens. Anyway, what am I talking about? I Worshipper. Something that grabbed me. Initially I didn't know why, and on repeated listens it just gets under your skin, for reasons we will go into after listening to it a wee bit. Let's go.
Na wschód ta droga prowadzi. Tam, gdzie słońce tylko raz wschodzi. Najpierw patrzę w twarz słońcu. Że blisty zostawia.
So this track is fairly indicative of the rest of the album insofar as the sound of it, and there's something gloriously dark about it, yet mischievous. I say folky in the sense of storytelling, and we're talking dark fairy tales here, and I mean as the song progresses more folk elements come into it, and when I'm talking folk I mean music that is traditional to where this band comes from. So when I say folk, if I said folk music to where I live, it'd be a totally different impression to what appears on this. But as the song develops, and if you listen to the album as a whole develops, it is a melting pot of all sorts of influences, and done in a way that really grabbed me when I listened to it the first time, and repeated listeners have just made it all the more enjoyable. Sucker for slide guitar. I'm not sure if that is a slide guitar, but it sounds like a slide guitar being used, or the thing, the slide tool, if you like. Even back in when I was a snotty punk rocker in my teens, an energetic slide guitar song would grab me. But I mean, pick the bones out of this. What have you got? I mean, metal of a sort. I mean, there's rock in there. There's punk rock in there. Clearly, I mean, you can't help but be grabbed by the collars and shook by the ethnic singing there, clean singing. It just elevates the whole thing, and you've got the rough singing, which sort of evokes the fell folk, you know, not quite, not evil, but people, beings of that ain't human, put it that way. And of course, it's not dawdling, is it? It's barreling along, which is always a plus in my book. So it is a smashing together of, I suppose it's a bit like when they smash particles at CERN. You get exotic stuff bouncing out of it, and that's the case here. All the elements being smashed together here, and you get something quite out of the ordinary that flings out.
I nagle to słońce zachodzi. Nie wiem kiedy, tak tyle zostało. Nagle to słońce zachodzi. Hej! Idę przez natodrzańską mgłę. Wczesnym listopadowym wieczorem staję wśród drzew i do słońca cię zwracam. Już za wierzchołki drzew się chowa i to światło umierające z tej mgły cienią wyjdzie.
So you don't need to be able to understand the language here to recognise that tales are being told, and in some ways the fact that I ain't got a clue what's being spoken about makes it a richer experience, because the depth and richness to the vocals means you can invent your own blooming fairy tale out of this. It's dripping with character, and you know, shut your eyes and just imagine what's being spoken of. If it's anything like the music, it'll be a tale to behold, I'm sure, but in the absence of knowing any Polish, then I shall make do with my own images being painted, but suffice to say, with the richness of this music, vivid tales of daring do are being envisaged here, and again, because it's such a mishmash of genre and influence, the slower section isn't the usual contrived boring breakdown stuff that just very often turns me cold. The bass is speaking to me as much as the vocalist. Yes, sterling stuff, especially when, as I say, when the clean female singing comes in, soaring ahead above. You know, I couldn't be happier, really. Almost cock a hoop. So there you go. The sort of music this is, that, again, even if you don't know the language, once you've listened to the tracks a few times, you can holler along to your heart's content. There really are some sing-alongs on this, or certainly the choruses on these songs you can sing along to and hum along to if you're so inclined. Didn't mention the guitar too much here, but one of the things that really did sway me with this is that slidey guitar. I say, I don't know if it's slide guitar or just slide guitar sounding, but it does add a little bit of the deranged about it. I've been pondering one or two times as to what it reminds me of, and it's not come to me yet. It probably never will, but it did remind me of a band, and it's never come to me, but the best I've come up with is it sounds a bit like some of the soaring goth rock sounds of when I was young, but turned a little bit sinister and a little bit deranged, getting towards the unhinged in some respects, but whatever, the whole, when it all comes together as a whole, this music is totally compelling, and that's all I need to say. Clicky bollocks, catch you next time, cheerio.